The next person I have the honor of introducing and talking a little bit about, he joined the Indian Foreign Services in 1995 and diplomatic assignments abroad, postings in Frankfurt, Berlin, and also extensive experience in relationship management with the United Kingdom, Germany, and Spain, and also various Commonwealth countries. He has also been the Director, Joint Secretary and Joint Secretary Eurasia and the MEA. And during 2019, he was in deputation on the Ministry of Defense. So extensive experience he brings along with himself, as post being the Ambassador of India to the Kingdom of Morocco in 2019-2020. Mr. Shambhu Kumaran came to Philippines to lead us and represent India. I'd like to welcome Mr. Shambhu Kumaran to come here, Honorable, and say a few words about it. Namaste and Maya Mahapon to everyone. Honorable Mayor Terry Prentice, Iloilo City, one of the tallest political leaders in the Philippines. Honorable Arthur Toto Defensor Jr., Governor of Iloilo Provincial Government, again a person with extensive political experience. Thank you both very much for gracing our roadshow today. Your presence represents the desire and the will which has driven Iloilo and the province and the city to a trajectory of higher growth and gives us this opportunity and optimism for engagement. I'd also like to thank Governor Prince of Florida and Engineer Fulbert Wu of PCCI, our partners for this event. And let me also use this occasion to welcome each one of the Filipino businesses that are here, because your presence is what makes this event very meaningful for us. Mr. Dilip Tiwari, President of the India Business Forum, and the members of the India Business Delegation, a very warm welcome to all of you as well. And also all the other members of local government, other key office bearers, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great pleasure for me to deliver this keynote at this, which is the fifth of a series of business roadshows that we've been holding across the Philippines. We had events in Baguio, in Davao, Cagayan de Oro, and in Lawag. And let me just say that it's a particular delight that this is the first such roadshow in the Visayas. And we did choose Iloilo City for its dynamic political leadership, but also for the growth potential and the dynamism of its businesses. So we are very, very optimistic that this engagement will bear fruit. And some of you may have read in the papers, India is officially now the largest country in the world in terms of population. We are now the fifth largest economy, and very, very optimistic to become the third largest economy in the world within this decade. India has also emerged as a world leader in technology, especially in digital technologies, and in particular in innovative use of digital technologies to improve governance and delivery of public services. Like the Philippines, as was mentioned, we have accomplished all of this in a democratic framework. And as was again mentioned, we, like the Philippines, are a very young country. And therefore, this demographic and democratic dividend is something that will power our economies into the future. We in India look at the Philippines with an extraordinary degree of optimism. And as part of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Act East policy, we would really like to deepen our engagement with the Philippines, located in the center of the new global architecture of the Indo-Pacific. You represent a gateway for us in many ways to ASEAN, and because of the nature of our qualities and the similar values that we share, one of the critical elements that comes out of COVID as we look at the recovery from COVID is that trust and reliability in partnerships has become very important. Democracies can trust democracies. Democracies can trust that other democracies will work in a manner that is responsible, that will increase stability in our respective regions, and will contribute to development in a mutually beneficial and balanced manner. This is not about increasing benefit in a single dimension, but increasing the mutuality of benefits. And I think that is where the fundamental value proposition for a new phase of the India-Philippines relationship rests. And let me say also that our relationship has been showing extraordinary dynamism. I have been fortunate enough to be posted as the ambassador of India to the Philippines for the past 3 years. And I can tell you, despite the pandemic, these have been extraordinarily fast and progressive years for the India-Philippines relationship. Our countries collaborate on practically every sector of the economy. Our political dialogue is very intense and regular. We are having a growing defense and security cooperation. We engage more and more on development cooperation, as I was mentioning to the press yesterday. We just signed an agreement that will allow us to support through Indian funds small development projects in the Philippines. And we're actively discussing with the Department of Transportation, the Department of Finance, the possibility of a large Indian infrastructure project through an Indian soft loan to the Philippines. We are on the verge of signing a new memorandum of understanding to set up an MOU, a joint working group on financial technology that can bring the path-breaking innovations in digital payments and digital settlements that have made India and the digital public infrastructure of India a talking point worldwide. This value proposition from India is what we would like to present to you today through these 30 plus Indian businesses representing, as you can see behind me, multiple sectors ranging from IT, BPM to healthcare to renewable energy, agriculture, startups and technology companies. We have all of them here. Let me encourage all of you from Iloilo businesses to kindly engage with all of these companies in the areas of interest that you have. And I can assure you from the experience that we have from the other roadshows, one of the critical elements that we in this marketplace of engagement we lack is awareness and knowledge of each other. And I think that through these events, we create a bridge that connects the oceans of opportunity that lie in front of us. And I encourage each of you to be bold, to be optimistic, and to keep in mind that we are reliable and trustworthy partners in India. And in fact, some of the Indian companies are already very active in the Philippines. Our IT BPM companies started, we're very proud to say, the tradition of taking the industry out of Metro Manila to the regions. And many of our companies, I have a representative from, let's say, Wipro, which is the largest employer in the Western Visayas in Cebu, the largest BPO. I have other companies here who have started, HGS and Mr. Mishra, who started the process of engagement with Iloilo. I think we now have a legacy of a positive history. We see our two economies as being very fast growing. In fact, there's a competition now to be the fastest growing economy in the world between India and the Philippines. We are neck to neck. And I wish both India and the Philippines all the best to become number one. And this growth is possible because our people are driving this process. This is a very important element to keep in mind. Despite the very uncertain international environment, why are India and the Philippines growing faster than other countries? It's because we are not really export-driven economies, but consumption-driven ones. And that is why the growth opportunities and the growth engines are very strong in both our economies. And this is, I think, a key rationale for both our countries to talk to each other and explore great opportunities in business terms. I'd also like to mention one additionality that we have for this business roadshow, which is the first, which is presence of the Indian Women in Enterprise, an innovative Indian organization that is seeking to bridge through their knowledge and expertise Indian professionals, especially women professionals, to guide and mentor MSMEs, women-led MSMEs. And when they came to me saying, "Oh, you go to Iloilo, I think we should come with you," I said, "Yes, you should come with us." And then they said, "We are very happy to note that Iloilo is one of the largest representations of women-led MSMEs in the Philippines." And they are going to be engaging tomorrow with about 26 of these companies. And I think this will be an extraordinarily positive opportunity for all the women entrepreneurs in the Philippines, and in particular in Iloilo, to look at this as a pathway to learn about how to scale up their businesses, how to access greater finance, technology, and markets. So I wish that event is tomorrow morning, and I do hope that that will receive the attention that it deserves. So this is a special edition for this year's this edition of the Business Roadshow. I'd like to conclude by once again thanking all of those who've been supporting, Mayor, Governor, the PCCI, and each one of you who've taken the time out despite the difficult weather outside. The presence of such a large and full house, we started, I think initially, my very able councillor, Mr. Nishikant Singh, said, "Sir, we should get about 50 to 70. But I'm happy to inform you that we have doubled that number, about 150 participants, and this is very, very reassuring. Thank you very much for being here. Please engage, please ask questions, and please forge rewarding partnerships for the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, His Excellency.